Now, I remember telling you guys some time ago that GB News was compromised. And I think I have been proven right, because if you watch it now, it is slowly morphing into legacy media. GB News' character is impersonating that of other mainstream media news corporations, Sly News, BBC News, Channel 4 News, and the rest of them. They have presenters there that are quite literally faux patriots. They produce fake outrage and fake concerns against wokery, because if any of them really did have the courage of their convictions, then they'd have done what other presenters on Match of the Day did. When Gary Lineker got suspended, they would have walked out with Lawrence Fox, Calvin Robinson and Dan Wootton. As it happens, Lawrence Fox and Calvin Robinson were fired and Dan Wootton is still in limbo. I think there were signs that GB News was compromised right from the start when Andrew Neil quit, and he was one of the founding members. And then they sacked brilliant presenter Mark Steyn after they tried to make him pay Ofcom fines. Now, if GB News was to be believed as to represent us, the normal people, then they'd have employed new presenters and keeping them on so they can practice their speech instead of sacking them the minute they practice it. So when GB News says it's the home of free speech, it isn't. In my opinion, the only two presenters now worth listening to on GB News are Nigel and Neil. They've even gone anti-Trump. For example, Anne Diamond and Stephen Dixon were presenting their show the other day, and they said any politician in the UK wouldn't get away with what he's doing. So what's Trump doing? He's trying to clear his name. The guy's being smeared, and they're even trying to take his name off ballots in certain areas, which is very Soviet of them. So does GB News support that? I think it does. They also slammed Donald Trump's hypocrisy amid his campaign to be re-elected US president. Well, what hypocrisy are they talking about? You tell me, unless GB News, of course, are going along the lines of BBC, Channel 4, Sly News by just making stuff up. And then there was Benjamin Butterworth, and he stood there on screen on GB News arguing that giving Channel migrants the right to work in the UK is a great idea that will help benefit government finances. And so, as you can see, GB News isn't going the way that it has been advertising to us for all these years, the way they said they'll go. In the beginning, they said their target audience were people who supported Trump, Brexiteers, anti-Labour, anti-establishment, people who had concerns about mass migration, legal and illegal. But now we've got presenters on there who hate Trump and think advertising jobs for illegal migrants is a great idea, despite the fact that it'll give them even more of an incentive to come over here. So there we go. If that doesn't tell you that GB News is compromised, I don't know what will. And the question is, how long are Nigel Farage and Neil going to stay there before they also get turfed out? You tell me. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for listening. And until the next time, have a great day, and Roger Trout.